October 3rd, 2014, from Oriole Park in Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. It was Game 2 of the ALDS between the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles. And in this game, we had Wei-Yin Chen pitching for the Orioles to start things off, and Justin Verlander for the Tigers. Wei-Yin Chen let up one hit in the first, but that would be all. And then in the bottom half of the first, Justin Verlander set down the Orioles in order. Wei-Yin Chen would set down the Tigers in order in the top of the second, and Verlander would set the Orioles down in order for the second straight time in the bottom of the second, as he had now set down 6 batters in a row. Now in the top of the third, Wei-Yin Chen continued to pitch very well as he set down the Tigers in order once again. And that brought us to the bottom of the third. Flaherty grounded out to begin the inning, and then Joseph struck out, but then Schoop got a single off of Verlander, and that brought up Nick Markakis with 2 outs and 1 on, and Nick Markakis hit a 2-run homer to put the Orioles up 2-0 over the Tigers. Diaz would fly out, and that would bring the third inning to a close. So after 3, it was 2-0 Baltimore over Detroit. Then in the top of the fourth, Torii Hunter got a single, and then Miguel Cabrera doubled. So now you had 2 runners in scoring position. Victor Martinez came up and he hit a single that scored Hunter and moved Cabrera to third. So now it was 2-1 as the Tigers had cut the Orioles' lead to 1 run. J.D. Martinez then came up to the plate and he hit his second home run of the ALDS, as he had hit a home run in Game 1, and now he hit a home run in Game 2, a 3-run shot that brought Cabrera and Martinez home, and that made the score 4-2 as the Tigers were now in the lead. Nick Castellanos then came to the plate, and he made it back-to-back home runs as he hit a solo shot to make it 5-2. Avila would then strike out and Romain would ground out. Davis got a single and Gusman would come in to relieve Chen. Carrera would end up pinch running for Davis and he stole second, but then Kingsler struck out, and that would bring us to the bottom of the fourth. So now the bottom of the fourth, Jones led things off with a single, and then Cruz grounded out but moved Jones over to second. Pearce struck out, but then J.J. Hardy came to the plate with 2 on and Jones on second, and he hit a single, and that brought Jones around to score, and that made it 5-3 as the Tigers were now in the lead by just 2 runs as the Orioles had gotten a run on the board here in the bottom of the fourth. The inning would soon come to a close as Flaherty grounded out. So after 4, it was 5-3 Detroit over Baltimore. Then the top of the fifth, Gusman would send down the Tigers in order. And so now in the bottom of the fifth, Verlander was still out there. He only let up 1 hit in the bottom of the fifth as he got through the inning pretty easily. So that brought us to the 6th inning. So now on the top of the 6th, Gusman continued to pitch extremely well as he set down the Tigers in order once again. So now on the bottom of the 6th, Verlander let up a single to Cruz to lead off the inning, and now Anibal Sanchez would come in to relieve Verlander. He then got the next 3 batters out and got out of the inning. So after 6, it was still 5-3 Detroit over Baltimore. So now on the top of the 7th, Gusman continued to be lights out as he retired 3 more batters in a row as he set down the Tigers in order. And now on the bottom of the 7th, Sanchez would do the same as he set down the Orioles in order. So now we're at the top of the 8th. Torii Hunter led things off with a walk, and then Miguel Cabrera singled. So now he had 2 on, no outs, and Victor Martinez at the plate, and he hit a double. And Torii Hunter came around to score, and here comes Miguel Cabrera, but he was thrown out at home. He's called out, and so it was 6-3 as the Tigers scored 1 run. But Miggy was out. The next 2 batters got out as Branch came in to relieve Gusman. And so after the top of the 8th, it was 6-3 as the Tigers had added 1 more run to their lead. So they now had a 3-run lead going into the bottom of the 8th, where Joba Chamberlain would come in to pitch for Sanchez. Diaz grounded out. Jones then was hit by a pitch. Cruz then singled, so he had 2 on, 1 out for Pearce. He hit a single, and Jones came across to score, and Cruz moved to second. So now Soria would come in to pitch for Chamberlain. He walked J.J. Hardy. So now the bases were juiced. Delmon Young came in to pinch hit for Ryan Flaherty against his former team, and Delmon Young hits the double and clears the bases as Cruz, Pearce, and Hardy all came around to score. And the Orioles took the lead with the score now 7-6. Johnson would pinch hit for Joseph. He'd fly out, and Schoop got out, and so they got out the inning. but they had the lead now, and so going to the top of the ninth, the Baltimore Orioles had now taken the lead at home by 1 run, and Zack Britton came in to try to close things out for the Orioles. The first batter that he faced was going to be Pearce, who pinch hit for Avila. He grounded out. Romaine came to the plate, then he struck out. Now he had another pinch hitter. Suarez came in to pitch for Cabrera, and Suarez grounded out, and Zack Britton shuts the door as he picks up the save, and the Orioles get the win as they come from behind in the 8th inning to score 4 runs to win this game 7-6 over the Detroit Tigers, as they now have a 2-game lead in the ALDS as they'll be heading to Detroit for Game 3. And in this game for the Orioles, Nick Markakis was 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Nelson Cruz was 2 for 4. And Delmon Young was really the player of the game. He came in to pinch hit. His 1 at bat, his 1 hit, 1 for 1, 3 RBIs with that double. So it's a huge game there for Young. And Markakis, by the way, his 1 hit was the home run, that 2-run shot. Martinez, JD Martinez, and Nick Castellanos both had home runs for the Tigers. Cabrera and Victor had doubles. Miguel Cabrera was 3 for 4. Victor Martinez was 2 for 4. Martinez had 2 RBIs. Cabrera had no RBIs. He did come across the plate, though, for the 1 run. And JD Martinez, that 1 home run, he was 1 for 4. He had 3 RBIs. Quite the exciting game. Verlander pitched 5 innings, let up 6 hits, 3 runs. He had 4 strikeouts and a walk in that home run. Chen didn't last long, just 3 2/3, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, and 3 strikeouts. Gusman, though, when he came in there, he was amazing. 3 2/3 himself right after Chen, only letting up the 1 run, getting 5 strikeouts as he was very clutch. Branch came in, pitched a couple thirds, and then Britton shut the door there in the 9th. So really an amazing performance by the Orioles bullpen as they were behind, but they were able to keep it close. And then in the 8th inning there, Delmon Young comes in to pinch hit, gets that 3-run double, and they scored 4 runs in the inning, and they win this game 7-6 to take the 2-game lead in the ALDS.